This is episode 2 of my 2026 Summer Headspace series. This is a chance to revisit episodes from the previous school year during the summer months when you may have a little extra time. Beginning on August 31st, you will see new episodes with exciting new topics every Monday. Today, we're going to look back at the idea of sustainable teaching, and we'll do this in episode 230, and this was an interview with Will Anderson all about recharging your educator battery, and then episode 250, which was all about making teaching sustainable, and this was an interview with Dr. Allison Power. So, let's jump in. Whether you're planning your first lesson or celebrating your 20th year in the language classroom, I understand exactly where you are. I'm Joshua Cabral, and I'm also a language teacher in my 29th year of teaching. Now, I also have the opportunity to support schools and teachers all across the country who are working towards increasing proficiency and building confidence in their students. This is the World Language Classroom Podcast, with over 200 episodes of practical strategies tested in real classrooms just like yours and mine. So let's jump in. Vamos, allons-y. Hello, my friends. Bonjour, mes amis. Hola, mis amigos. Welcome to the World Language Classroom Podcast. I am Joshua Cabral, and thank you so much for hanging out with me here on the podcast, particularly over the summer. So I know that you are an incredible educator because you are going above and beyond by taking some time to reflect on your teaching during the summer months while you're in your summer headspace. So the topic and theme for this episode is sustainable teaching. And I had two really great episodes. They were conversations with teachers throughout the year. And the first episode that I would suggest listening to on this topic is episode 230. And this was a conversation with Will Anderson all about recharging your educator battery. And we started by looking at the state of the teaching profession right now. Like, what are the biggest factors that either drain or recharge an educator's battery? And then we moved into this idea of sustainable teaching. How do we keep it sustainable? Practical, everyday strategies that teachers can use to sustain their energy and their passion throughout the school year. And then we got into the concepts of mentorship and renewal and how being a mentor can really have value, and the value of mentoring student teachers, and how working with this next generation of educators can really help seasoned teachers feel energized and to own their practice and renew their practice as well. And then we got into connections and community and the role of professional communities, colleagues, conferences, online spaces, and how that can help to recharge your educator battery. And then we ended with some advice for language educators and how you can stay connected to your why. Why are you in the teaching profession? Why do you continue to do this each day? And to really help your professional battery stay charged. And then to complement this, I would recommend listening to episode 250. And this was about making teaching sustainable. And this was a conversation with Dr. Allison Power. And in this conversation, we dive into Dr. Power's research on gratitude and how she found this as an important thing to do in her career, to really look at gratitude and to focus her work and her research in this area, specifically as a world language teacher, and she's also a department chair. And we look into the assumptions and the hypotheses that Dr. Power had about gratitude and how this supports world language teaching. We also get into the research, and I love research, so we look at how she gathered and analyzed this data, and then what she saw in the journals that the teachers were keeping, and they were basically getting into their weekly gratitude journaling, and then she was looking across this and finding those moments and recognizing gratitude and how this matters in a teacher's day-to-day well-being and their resilience. And so we also look at, finally, what teachers can do to start noticing those moments of gratitude and how they can support their well-being by noticing these moments. So listen to these two episodes together. episode 230 with Will Anderson about recharging your educator battery, and then episode 250 about making teaching sustainable with Dr. Allison Power. These two really complement each other when we're looking at this idea of making teaching sustainable in the classroom. So in the show notes, you will see the links to episodes 230 and 250, so you can listen to them right there. And remember, if you're looking for a little extra summer PD, be sure to check out my Ready for Tomorrow Quick Win courses. Each one is only about 30 minutes, and you will get repeatable frameworks to use right away in your classroom. There are 15 topics available, and you can find them all at wlclassroom.com/quickwin, or the link is right there in the show notes for you. I will talk to you soon. Bye for now. Thank you for listening. Be sure to follow or subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. And let's stay connected on social media. You can find me at WL Classroom pretty much everywhere. You'll also find lots of ideas, suggestions, and resources on my website, wlclassroom.com. Now stay curious, keep learning, and continue the great work you do inspiring and supporting your students.